Guess what day it is? It's Monday. So that means it's hashtag TFR Motivation Monday. Dawn D is putting a notice out on Facebook to Team Freedom Reigns, letting them know that they need to hop on Zoom because Facebook was not playing nice with us again. So we're going to be looking into some different or alternative ways of bringing this call to you and the live opportunity overview so that we don't have to rely on the connection part of it, okay? So stay tuned for that. But part of what we've got for you is backup. All of the time. So if you can't be on here with us live on Monday nights for the hashtag TFR call, just know that we're here for you, and you can find the recording in 2 separate locations, 3 if we're on Facebook too. But the other 2 that you can always count on are Team Freedom Reigns YouTube channel and also the Freedom Reigns SoundCloud channel. If you go and subscribe to us as soon as this call is over, then you will get notifications when we upload the new trainings that we do on a weekly basis. So moving on. All right, guys. So we did Sensational Sunday this last week, but we will be trying very hard to keep it on to Saturdays, but because of all of the other things going on Saturday, it kind of got pushed to Sunday instead. So what this is every single Saturday, we want to celebrate you. We want to celebrate the big wins, and we want to also celebrate the small steps forward that you make in your business every single week. So anything you want to say about Sensational Saturday?
It's sensational, and it's Saturday. And because of the 10-year anniversary, like Marcy said, we made it on Sunday because there was lots of stuff going on Saturday.
Oh,
but
gosh.
yes, it's to celebrate your wins, both little and big.
So please celebrate with us when we put this post up. Put them on in a comment section about your wins, and also put your team's wins up there. We want to make sure that everybody gets celebrated the way that they really want to be and deserve to be as well, because they want to feel like they're part of something big.
Right.
Pacesetter, it's all on you.
Pacesetter. It is an amazing program where there's $700 extra on the table just waiting for the Pacesetter program. And how does this work? Focus on this, well, there's 3 different ways, but focus first on your brand new enrollments, getting them to Pacesetter Pro 2 within their first full month, which can be a lot longer than that. But the first full month, get to the rank of to Pro 2, which qualifies as Pacesetter Pro 2, getting an extra $100. Then you maintain that Pro 2 rank for the following month and get an extra $100. And then get Pro 3 by the first 90 days of a distributorship's enrollment with LifeVantage. When they get to Pacesetter, or when they get to Pro 3, in their first 90 days, they qualify as a Pacesetter Pro 3 for an extra $250. And then when they maintain it for the following month, they get an extra $250. And if you were keeping track, that's an extra $700 on top of the commissions that they were getting from all the bonuses that they got in the first place. So for an extra $700, get the Pacesetter Pro 3. And the third thing that I mentioned was Pacesetter Pro, meaning when you help 2 or help 3 of your distributors go at least Pacesetter Pro 2, could be Pacesetter Pro 2, Pro 3, doesn't matter. But when you get 3 of your personal people to Pacesetter rank, you become a Pacesetter Pro. And that's like pretty awesome.
Yeah, lots and lots of recognition that goes along with that. So guys, this is one of our many promotions that's going on right now, but this one is actually not even a promotion. It's a permanent part of our compensation plan, because our compensation plan just keeps getting better and better. So moving on to the next one, pave the way, the road to elite by being an influencer. The company went and found out exactly what the last Pro 7s and above, the people that became elite distributors in the past year plus, 2 years, what they did to get there. Okay. And it was basically, they did 1, 2, 3, these same behaviors over and over and over again. So what did they do?
So they divided it by 22 because it took, the average was 22 months for the last 2 years worth of Elite Pro 7s that became new Elite Pro 7s. On average, it took them 22 months. So they divided all their qualifications by 22, and this is what they came up with. Create 1 new Pro 3 in your organization every month for 22 consecutive months. Enroll 2 new personal distributors every month for 22 months, and then check out 3 customers because customers check out and distributors enroll, but I can't get past checking out like you're looking at them. So Checkout, meaning enrolling 3 new customers every single month for 22 consecutive months. If you do those 3 things, you pave the way to elite and you will become an elite. But we did this promotion. So you just do what it takes right there. It says, do this, get that. So we treat you like an elite distributor by inviting you to the elite reception in Kansas City for a 10-year celebration. And you get to you get all kinds of cool stuff. They roll out the red carpet and you get to go to the NCAA Men's Hall of Fame. It's just do it. It's awesome. I'm telling you.
And you know what, guys, if you are just getting started in your LifeVantage business, you can accomplish this goal as well.
Yes.
Because it did not have to start at the beginning of the qualification period, which was February 1st. You can start right now and accumulatively gather them all together. Okay. Right now, all you would need as a new distributor is enroll 2 times 5. That's 10 new distributors, 15 customers total before the end of June. Totally doable. And then you also, and by doing that, you'll become a Pro 3 very easily, right? So those are the qualifications for brand new. For those of you that have been part of the business a little bit longer, qualifications are just below that. So moving into the new one, this one is so exciting because LifeVantage is celebrating its 10-year anniversary with an Anniversary Mania promotion. It started May 18th, which was Saturday, the birthday of LifeVantage, and it goes through the end of June as well. So with this, guys, free business packs is back. The $50 starter kit is free with any product package. So that's silver, gold, or platinum packs. They will get the free $50 starter kit. And then for you guys being the enrollers, you're also going to get a little extra cash in your pocket with your enrollments. So for platinum packs, you're going to get an extra $15. For gold packs, you're going to get an extra $10. And for silver packs, an extra $5 into your wallet. Now, guys, this is the big part about this mania, this promotion. It is so crazy. So first of all, this is a company-wide. So all markets are involved. It's a global promotion. So no matter where you're at building your business, you get to participate in this. And the grand prize is going to be for the top enroller in each market. Not just one grand prize winner, but one grand prize winner in each freaking market. This is so huge, right? So $2,500 goes to the top enroller, meaning that the person that enrolls the most distributors. This is not for customers. This is for distributor enrollments. And it doesn't matter which pack they came in on. So why not have it be you? Why couldn't it be someone from Team Freedom Reigns, guys? So $2,500, it doesn't matter what market you're in, you get to participate in the LifeVantage 10-year anniversary mania. So exciting.
It is mania.
It's crazy.
They're giving away tons of money.
It's cray. All right, so here we are. Late registration is where we're at. They gave us through Saturday at the 129, and now it is up to $169 for pre-registration. If you have not registered, guys, this is one of the key things for the success of your business is attending all events as if they're non-negotiable. So Elite Academy is going to be the 10-year party, the anniversary party. You can't miss that, right? What else is going to be happening at Elite Academy?
We've got this guy. He's coming. You know, he's just a guest speaker.
There's actually, we found out about another one too. Remember who we found out else is coming? So first, talk about that one. Sorry, I just got excited because I remembered. Go.
No, go ahead.
No, you go.
Brian Tracy's the one I was originally talking about. But we've got this guy. Maybe you guys have seen him before. He's kind of he's a performer. He does impressions. He does comedy. He does... he told me, I interviewed him just recently. He explained to me the difference between an impersonator and an impressionist. An impressionist is somebody who just looks like themselves. They just sound like, do somebody's voice. Whereas an impersonator dresses up like the person and also acts like them, maintains their behavior, sings like them, and all that other stuff. He does the latter. So he dresses up like Elton John. He dresses up like Elvis Presley. He dresses up like all kinds of people. But should I tell him who it is?
Yes. You want to know, right? You want to know.
You can memorize. You can remember his name. If you ever remember the Friday the 13th movies, Jason, the guy with the hockey mask. Imagine Jason taking an axe to a Hewlett-Packard computer. The guy's name is Jason Hewlett. Okay. Look him up. He's absolutely phenomenal. What he does with his face. You thought Jim Carrey did some crazy things with his face. This guy could teach Jim Carrey a thing or two. I've never seen anybody control their face the way this guy does. Everything moves, and everything moves independent of the other side. Yeah. It's just insane. Yeah. But the guy is unbelievably talented. In fact, I told you I interviewed him, and you're going to be seeing that coming up here on my podcast not too long. But he was touted to be the next big thing in Vegas after Siegfried and Roy's show. After one of them was mauled by a tiger, he was being groomed to be the next big thing in Vegas because he's that good.
But,
and this is where it comes down to the character of somebody. His values are such that he is family friendly. And they told him that for him to be who they wanted him to be, he would have to bring in foul language and he would have to change his show. And he said, absolutely not. I'm not willing to do that. And so that's, he would have been a household word around the world if he would have done that. But he said, no, there's just certain things I don't do. And I don't want any of my children to be in an audience and be embarrassed about the things that I'm saying. Or my grandmother. He told me that. So Jason Hewlett is his name. He will be at he'll be our entertainment. I think he's going to be our MC, I think.
I have no idea.
I'm not sure exactly, but he's going to be a big part of it. And he's been part of several of our events in the past, our global conventions and a couple of our elite academies. But the guy is super, super, super talented, and you guys will not be disappointed. And he's absolutely an amazing human being and an amazing individual.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know what? The only thing I would say is if you don't like to laugh, don't come.
Stay home. Yeah.
Because it's going to be freaking phenomenal. And this is just one of the things that they're starting to download to us that they've got planned for this amazing event. So go and get registered. And if you have new distributors that are gold or platinum pack, they also have to pre-register or they will be charged full price at the door. And you do not want that to happen to them. Okay, guys? And don't you love the way I'm flipping my hair like my hair's so long? It's hilarious, right? I'm crazy. I don't know. All right, let's get on to the topic of today's call.
We do have a topic we're going to talk about.
Let's save ourselves here. So I'm really excited about this because when we were at the women's event in Vegas, Eric Worre and Marina Worre's women's event, the most powerful women in network marketing, last month already, we had the pleasure of being able to listen to an icon in the business world, not just in the business world, but in the outside of the box thinking business world. And her name, you guys are all going to know her last name for sure, was Kim Kiyosaki. So most of you know
Robert Kiyosaki,
right? Her husband, but very few of you may know who Kim Kiyosaki is. And she taught us masterfully on this be, do, have concept. And we wanted to be able to pass some of this on to you guys, just to get you a little bit, thinking differently in your journey of your LifeVantage business. Because way too often, I hear people, and I'm sure you and all of you have heard people say, it's like, you know what? I would only be happy if I had $1 million, or geez, if I had a bigger house, I'd be so happy. Or, if my kids would just be better listening to me, I'd be so happy.
Yeah, well-behaved kids.
Right. There's, if I had something, I would be, right? How many times have you heard something, or maybe you've been the person that has been thinking that or saying that lately? And so we want to go over this concept with you.
Mix it up a little bit.
And give you a different way of looking at this. So now that I've introed it, do you want to kind of...
I want to kind of carry over what Marcy was talking about and just give you an illustration of why it doesn't work when it's, if only I had this, I would be happy. I would be fill in the blank. If only I had the winning lottery ticket and I won hundreds of $1 millions, then I would be happy. And with regard to that lottery example, 95% of lottery winners 5 years after they win the lottery are more broke than they were before they won, because the misconception is when they get all this money, they never became the person that they needed to be to understand. And I'm getting, this is a barometer. When I get goosebumps, it means I'm about to say something powerful, or it affects me on an emotional level, but also on a physiologic level, is that when they have not become the person that they need to be to manage that level of wealth, they will not keep it, because it's not about having something to be something. It's the other way around. And Kim did a wonderful job. And Kim Kiyosaki, as Marcy said, Robert Kiyosaki, or Rich Dad, Poor Dad, the cash flow quadrant, business of the 21st century, is her husband. And I think at some point it will be disclosed that those are all her ideas. Her husband just happened to write the book. But based on her prompting,
I think she kind of already said that.
But it's something where when you become who you need to become and do the things you need to do, then and only then will you have what you want and sustain it. And something where it doesn't matter. If you look at the average millionaire in business has been bankrupt twice before, but they come right back. Lottery winners who lose everything never get back to that level of success. But when you've become something and you do something to have that, you lose it, you just go out and build it again. That's the difference in this be, do, have versus if I only had something, I could be happy. I could be this person I want to be, or whatever the case may be. We're going to talk about the be, do, have approach here.
Yeah. So I think a lot of the times we really stress that you need to think about why you're doing this business, what you want to get out of it, right? But we don't take it quite far enough in, okay, I know what I want. Now, who do I need to be to get it, right? It's not just a matter of doing what you need to do to get what you want, but it's who you need to be in order to get what you want and then keep what you want. And so first of all, you already hopefully know why you're doing this business. So take a time tonight and really think about, all right, so who do I need to be able to, first of all, accomplish the things that you want, to be able to hold on to the things that you want, to be able to lead others that want some of the same things that you do, or want completely different things, but you still need to be able to lead them on their journey. And so Dondi already kind of mentioned a little bit about the failure side of this, about the millionaires that failed twice. You know, they went bankrupt twice before they were successfully maintaining their money, right? So you have to understand that you need to be willing to make the mistakes necessary so that you learn and grow and develop yourself into this person of being in the right place to be able to uphold the things that you want. I hope that that makes sense. And you have to be willing to do it faster than you have been doing it.
Yes. And let me give you a very quick analogy that just came to my head. If you've ever played video games, especially video games where you have to level and you go to the next level, it may take you, and I remember when I played video games 20 years ago, it may take you 2 or 3 days to get from one level to the next. But it's memorizing what you did to get there. And then once you get to the next level and then you die, you go back to the beginning, you get to the next level much quicker, the second, third, fourth, fifth time. And then what took you a day or two, you could literally get to the next level in 3 minutes because you remembered the process. You became the person necessary by the skill set, by the mindset, and by the DMO, the daily method of operation, and your consistency in doing so. So the becoming part of it is the biggest step here. And learning, like Marcia said, failing. If you think about it this way, 3 F's: fail, forward, fast. The people that are the quickest to the top of anything are the ones that are willing to go out and fail first, fail fast, and fail often.
Yes.
Because failure is what gets you to your next success. Don't be afraid of failure. Be afraid of not failing. Because if you don't fail, you're not learning anything. And people that are afraid to fail and don't fail rarely, if ever, advance.
You know, I loved his example of the video games too. I remember back in the day, way back in the day, when Pac-Man was a big deal, okay? And I used to sit there and play Pac-Man forever. And there was another video game too, and I can't remember. But it was because I was getting better. With every time I would die, I would get better the next time. As long as I sat there and kept playing it and it kept going, even though I would fail and I'd have to start over again, I would still get better the next time. But what I found is that when I stopped playing and didn't come back until the next day or a few days later or a week or two later, and sometimes a
Good
month
point.
later, it's like I was starting
Get rusty.
all over again. And it was miserable because I was like, oh my gosh, I totally knew this and had it before. If I would have just kept at it, I'd be a success and I would have won the game by now. But because I put it off for that amount of time, what I had learned and what I had grown into was diminishing. And so what we also have to understand that fast part of the failure is so, so vitally important. And you have to understand that you have a decision to make. Are you going to go through it, or are you going to back down when that failure comes? Because what I've got to tell you is that every time that you back down, a little piece of you and your desire and your ability dies with the backing down. And so being willing, that's a big, big deal, guys, is being willing to fail forward fast is going to be a massive part of the success of your LifeVantage business and the success of you becoming the being you need to be successful.
Absolutely. And backing down, when you back down from what you know you could do, you just give up, regret starts to set in. And eventually it will become all consuming. And sometimes it just becomes toxic. And so that being willing to fail, in fact, looking for opportunities to fail, because when you fail, you get experience. And when you get experience, you get wisdom. And when you get wisdom, you advance. It's really how it works.
Yeah. So this is also where that plan, do, review process comes into place, because you need to make a plan on what you want to accomplish and how you're going to do it, right? In becoming who you need to be and in growing your business. But what you need to do is that in the review process, look for the people that are around you that can give you feedback. They can give you feedback on the progress that you're making. And sometimes you can give yourself feedback. You can go back and you can look through in that review process. Is like, oh, you know what? This right here doesn't seem like it worked very good, but this right here I felt really powerful in, and I did really good things and people responded well. And then what I want you to do is I want you to take that feedback and decide where you're really going to work hard. And that stuff that you did really, really well, do more of it. Do a lot more of it, because you're just going to get better and better and better. I'm not saying that you don't need to work on the stuff that wasn't very good, but if it's not working, why be doing it in the first place if it's not necessary? But the things that is working, then you need to just do more and more and more of that, strengthening it as you're doing it. Yes.
Absolutely. Then the do is the action steps. This is and I mentioned before in the B, it's the mindset, the skill set, the DMO, the daily method of operations, the things to become that, and then consistency over time. But it all comes down to the doing. That's the action. That's where the rubber meets the road. That's your daily routine. That is attending events. That is attending trainings. That is constantly refining your skill sets. And I'm just going to be super, super blunt right now. And if you're offended by this, I'm sorry.
We still love you.
We still love you, but this is called tough love. If you want to be successful in this business, whatever that means to you, whatever your definition of success is, if you want to be successful, whether that's Pro 4, Pro 10, Pro 12, whatever it is, a certain amount of money, forget the rank. If you want to be successful in this business, it comes down to the doing. And if you are not planning to attend Kansas City and our 10-year anniversary, forget the fact it's our 10-year anniversary. But this is a training of multi-millionaire people teaching you how to build your business. If you are not scheduled for that, then I will tell you, you will not be successful, because it takes, in order to be successful, there are things successful people do, and there are things that non-successful people don't do. And to say you want to be successful in this and you are not planning to attend Kansas City, I'm calling you to the carpet, because it is non-congruent, put it that way. I'm having a hard time describing it. It is not going to work. So now, if it's something where it's too close and there's something else scheduled or you can't get time, there's always extenuating circumstances, but you're still going to have to accept that excuse. But I don't want you to be happy about it, and I want you to never miss an event. There's been people who gave birth, and within 48 hours, they were at an event because it's that important to do. Mm-hmm. It's the doing, it's the behaviors, it's the action steps. And I'm just, and again, I'm not placing judgment. I'm just stating facts. The people that are the most successful, the people that want to be successful the most, are the ones that sacrifice the most and make the least amount of excuses, or live with the least amount of excuses. So if you want to be successful, you must do and go to Kansas City for Elite Academy. It's just that simple.
Yeah. And something that came to me while Dondi was saying that was that not only is it vitally important for you to be there, because you will grow and you will change while you're there. You're going to learn things that are going to help you be who you need to be successful. But in network marketing, I would say that the number one most important thing, if you want long-term success, that is a fun time and not just draining and just miserable, it's duplication.
Yeah.
And so what you do personally, your team is going to do. And so you need to really look at your behaviors and make sure that the behaviors and the actions that you're taking is going to be a duplicative process that you're going to be happy about. Because no matter what you do, you duplicate. It can either be negative behaviors in your business that will not help you grow and will not help your team grow, or it can be duplicative behaviors that is not only going to help you guys become who you need to be successful, but it's going to help you be who you need to be to get everything that you could ever want to have.
Exactly. And just kind of think of it this way. I was given this analogy when I first started 10 years ago. They said, you became a doctor, right? And I was like, yeah. Well, what did that take? It took attending classes. It took being tested for your proficiency. If when you were in class, were you learning? Were you taking notes? Were you absorbing the material? Could you become a doctor without going to class, without taking the test, without proving your proficiency? I said, well, no, you can't buy a doctorate degree. You must put in the time. You must do the work. Same thing here. You cannot enroll some people, expect them to enroll some people, and then just sit back and be successful in network marketing. You've got to do the work, and you've got to lead by example, because there are people, every single elite distributor was enrolled by someone. And there are lots and lots and lots of enrollers of elite distributors that are not elite distributors themselves, because they're not doing the actions. In fact, the person who enrolled Brandon Cunningham, as an example, the person who enrolled us is Blue Elam. He's not an example, but there's people who have enrolled elite distributors that are Pro 2 or even Pro 1, and they've got a Pro 9 or a Pro 10 in their downline.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that they're not smart people. They're just not doing the work to learn the skills to become the person to have the same rank. And that's why the paychecks are drastically different. And it all comes down to this. Your paycheck is in direct proportion to the amount of people you are helping by putting into play and putting the actions that you've learned and putting in the skills necessary to become that person to have that level of success. It's pretty simple, actually.
So one of the notes that I took down when Kim was sharing this with us was so impactful for me that I want to read it to you, actually, so that I don't get it wrong. What she said is that the purpose of doing is not to have. That the purpose of doing is to change your being so that you can have. Okay, so don't think that you're going to have what you want just because you did something. You have to understand that you have to be doing the part long enough to become who you need to be in order to get what you have. Right. So again, the purpose of doing is not to have. It is to change your being so that you can have. So basically change your being to change what you have. Absolutely. I love that. So powerful.
And this is something I've got to be completely honest. The scholastic way, academic way of going to school, getting good grades, taking tests, and being proficient, that was something that we're all familiar with. I knew that I had to be, in order to become a doctor, I had to spend at least 8, preferably 10 to 12 years in college to get the degree to go be the doctor. I wasn't prepared for the network marketing success model where you go to events. Events is what you go to after you have your license or after you become a doctor to keep being a doctor, but not from the beginning. It wasn't something I was familiar with, but it was explained to me, if you want what those people have, you've got to follow the same pathway. It's just the system. It's knowing what somebody has done before you to get what you want and following in their footsteps. And when it was explained to me that simplistically, I have never missed an event in the 10 years I've been with this company. And it's not because it's only because I wanted to provide for my family. I wanted to be that successful person. I wanted to be that successful network marketer, but I knew I had to go do the actions so that I could have that rank or have that status or have that time freedom and financial freedom. It wasn't just going to be given to me. It was leading by example. Now, yes, you can't do it by yourself. It does require a team, but it requires a team that is all growing together and doing the things necessary to be the people necessary to have what they want individually.
Yeah. So this is basically B plus do equals have, right?
Yep.
So that's the outcome over time of being who you need to be and doing what you need to do to get whatever you want in this life. So that is our topic today. That's our teaching points. And what is tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night is Tuesday, which at the same time, 5 p.m. Pacific time, is the LifeVantage Opportunity Overview live.
Yeah, so you have about 23 hours to be inviting. If you've not been inviting yet, please make sure that you use the Zoom link for your prospects. We will try to go through Facebook, but until we get something else figured out, please rely on Zoom because Zoom works.
The Zoom, yeah, and this is getting kind of frustrating. So we're going to be looking at other options, and we apologize for this becoming now a very common thing, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, you know what, though? We roll with it, and we do what we got to do, right? And we get right back up and dust ourselves off. All right, Team Freedom Reigns, we love you guys. You're all rock stars, and we cannot wait to celebrate on Saturday, on Sensational Saturday, your wins for this week. So go out and create your wins because that's what it takes for you to become who you need to be, is by doing what you need to do so that you can have what you want to have.
Right.
Yeah. All right. See you guys.